why you always in somebody's business?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Nah.
I didn't want that. Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo Season! You've reached Ryan of Virgo Season Show. I'm not available at the moment, but please leave your name, your number, and a brief message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Beep.
This Joyhdae, also a Virgo Season Show. And I don't know why you're not answering my calls because like we got a show to record and like this is unacceptable.
It's a day to day, and I'm not available. But as a true Virgo, you know, we got to work. That's what we do. We just be working. Like today is not the day to do the show, but I'm gonna pull through. You see, I got the glasses on. Like you know, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on today.
Mercury has the tightest micro braids in her head ever. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So we say that to say we are pulling through.
Pulling from
the deepest parts of ourselves. So we need as much grace as possible because honestly, we don't know how this show's gonna go.
We're gonna see.
We shall see what happens.
Mm-hmm. How you doing?
You know, I'm living. You know, barely, but I'm living. You know, I'm just trying to survive, I guess is the word I would use. Because what else can I do?
Yeah, and I came here so that you can make me laugh. So no pressure, all right? No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure at all. I'm gonna start this off differently.
How you gonna start it off?
Usually we do this with me just jumping right into the mess. But I saw something on Reddit that really had me thinking, and you're a brainiac yourself.
Wait, is this a thought experiment?
It's not a thought experiment, no.
Oh, because I figured I was gonna do something like in the future. Like I wanted to start these things off with thought experiments because you know we be thinking. So, but listen, I don't even know what you're about to start off with. Go ahead. Let me not.
So
stop
Reddit asked. This is kind of old, but some of these things I really was like, interesting. So. Okay. Someone in Reddit asked people to share what's your holy crap that's interesting fact, right?
Okay.
And people did. I'm going to share with you a couple of them because some of them were really like, oh yeah, didn't think about that.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay, go.
We live in space, but nobody thinks about it because we're grounded on a planet.
That sounds, this wasn't a Virgo thread? Because this definitely sounds like me, for sure. Sure. Yeah, that's good.
The brain is the only thing that we know of that has named itself.
Oh man, I wish I smoked. This is stoner vibes, Joyhdae.
Stoner vibes, but they're good though.
Yeah.
This is for all of our men listeners, and you too, because you're a man. If you're a guy,
oh, me too. They don't consider like the men and you, sir.
And you
the men and you.
In case there was any confusion between the two manly people on the show, I was talking about you. If you're a guy and you pee on a pregnancy test and it's positive, you have testicular cancer.
What? So what that's telling me is that I don't have to see a urologist. I could just keep peeing on pregnancy sticks.
And if it, then you can go to your
save the copay. Save the copay.
In the ancient days. In the ancient
go
days,
to the doctor,
condoms,
people. I don't let me start you off. Black people don't go enough, especially black men.
Enough.
Actually, black women be going. Black men don't go enough. Please go to the doctor. Okay.
I have my doctor on speed dial. Mm-hmm. In the ancient days, condoms were made out of dried animal intestines.
I think I knew that.
Me too, actually. I could have skipped that one. Uranus was discovered before Antarctica.
Okay, real quick. The good scientists, they say Uranus. That's what they say.
Uranus was discovered before Antarctica.
And that kind of makes sense, because we know more about space than we do about our own ocean. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So Antarctica, just,
it happens, know. This one was something that I was like, okay, I'm glad we've developed as humans.
Okay.
Splinter-free toilet paper was invented in 1935.
Wow.
Which means before that, toilet paper had splinters.
Wow. This is why
Yeah.
This is why black people say wash your ass.
Yeah.
Because literally that's what they were doing. I don't think they were using that toilet paper.
Nah, we definitely
for
weren't.
the caucasity, I think.
Yeah,
possibly.
that wasn't for us. Your tongue rests on the roof of your mouth, not the base, which I knew.
Yeah, word.
The lighter was invented before the match.
Vibes.
In the 70s, in the USA, it was believed that infants didn't feel pain. So this person had their first operation in 1974 when he was a day old to remove a sack full of exposed nerves back in his spine. And he felt it. Like, he remembers it.
Oh, my God.
This is probably the last one.
Okay.
Lemons aren't naturally occurring. They were created through the breeding of bitter oranges and citrons. So we made lemons, then made lemonade.
That makes sense. I like the way that's worded. Like for instance, like the bananas that we know to and eat. Yeah, I mean, that was made as well. That's not a real thing. That's genetically modified.
Someone responded to that and said, so basically, it wasn't life that gave us lemons. It was lemons that we gave life to.
Yo, nah. I gotta start smoking today. I gotta figure it out. Like I would have had a way better time. This is amazing though. This is right up my alley. This is perfect. Virgo stuff. Virgo shit, as they say.
Virgo shit.
Hashtag
yeah,
Virgo shit.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I saw that and I was like, well, these are quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because like, especially the wood and splinter, like the toilet paper not having splinters. I was like, okay.
No. Oh no.
That's probably why we wash our asses and don't walk around smelling, nasty.
Another thing for the dudes, men, there's something called flushable wipes, and try it.
But those aren't really good for your septic tanks and systems.
Well, I don't have a septic tank. I don't own my house. But but it's supposed to be flushable. Isn't that supposed to mean that it's biodegradable or something like that?
They're really not though. Like there's like a whole thing that they're not as like good for the earth as they have been marketed it to be.
See? Look at me giving y'all bad information. However, dry paper is not the only thing you're supposed to be using for your derriere. I'm just saying.
It's really not. It's truly... Basically, wipe your asses properly.
Thank you.
Please.
Yes.
That's really what Ryan was trying to say. But
there we go.
He's being the... I don't know why he's being the...
It's a day. I'm telling you, it's been a day.
It's a day. No,
it's been a day, and it's continuing to be a day. But like we out here. I already like it. We 7 minutes in, and we doing the thing. We doing the thing. I like it already. I like it. I like the episode already. Boom.
So you know how we like to say, no, you know what? I'm gonna start differently because I was gonna go towards something else, but I have to get this off my chest.
Oh Lord, Eric Adams.
No, it's not Eric Adams. It's Jerrod Carmichael. I need him to leave us alone expeditiously.
It's Jerrod. But
Jerrod. I don't care at this point.
Did you watch another episode? I did not.
I did.
I did not.
Oh,
look at you.
Because I said to myself, I need to let me just see. Because maybe this was just like the controversial episode to get you.
I really wish I watched now so that we could go back and forth. I have no idea.
I'm gonna save you the trauma actually, because Jerrod Carmichael needs a therapist. This reality show.
Okay.
No. This reality show is not it. Okay, episode 2 literally starts off with him in a sex toy shop with I guess it's his sister assistant, that black woman.
The one from the last episode?
Yeah, the one from the last episode.
That's his childhood friend, yeah.
And it was fun and games. Basically, he, is admitting that he basically is a late bloomer because he didn't really come out until he was in his 20s, whatever. So he'd never really been able to experience the sex shops and all this fun stuff. Okay. Fine. Then we start talking about he has a boyfriend. Where does boyfriend come from when he was just last week telling us that he was in love with Tyler, the Creator?
The timelines of these shows are not necessarily all linear, okay?
I understand that. But you would have to be filming this show for at least 3 years, this reality because how you tell me last week you was in, even if it was a year, you mean to tell me you was in love with Tyler, the Creator, and then met somebody 3 weeks later, and now all of a sudden you're in love with this person?
It could happen when you least expect it, Joyhdae. I'm hoping for you because that's what happened for me, and I'm hoping that's happening for you, Joyhdae. That's all I'm saying. We're not talking about me.
We are talking about Jerrod Carmichael.
It could happen just go outside right now. I feel it. Just open your door and walk outside. I know it's right there waiting for you.
Everyone
He's
in my
walking his
building-
dog too. He's walking his dog.
Everyone in my building is literally 75 and up.
I didn't say in your building. I said outside.
Cash don't like outside.
See, Cash blocking your blessings. You need
Cash
to go
wants
outside.
he wants to be the only man in my life. Okay, that's what he's trying to tell y'all. He needs to be the only man in my life. Anyway, Jerrod, is that how you say it? Is that how you said we supposed to say it?
Jerrod.
Oh, Jerrod.
Jerrod. Black. You know it.
Introduces us to his, to no one's surprise, white boyfriend.
Lovely.
And cute little thing. They're out and about, whatever. Jerrod is immediately cheating on this man. Goes on Grindr, meets another, to no one's surprise, skinny white man who agrees to film himself meeting Jerrod in person, and they're having like their little tete-a-tete. And then they're kissing, which again, I don't mind the kissing. It's the way that they were kissing that bothers me, because I know they then went to go have nasty sex. When I say nasty sex, I don't mean nasty as in like gay sex is nasty. I just meant I could tell that they were on demon time, and I didn't need to know. But
this is what I said last week. I didn't have no problem with the kissing either. It's the type of kissing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to see you and your boyfriend doing that type of kissing on your reality show. That's what I'm saying.
As I adore you and your wife, I don't need to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's miss me with it.
But I've had a conversation with a specific gay friend of mine, and he was like, yeah, it's hard out here in these streets because literally monogamy is not really a big thing in the community. So I don't know.
He then went to like a therapist who they were talking about this whole thing, which this is what made it super uncomfortable for me, and why I don't think he needs to be on a reality show is he basically said he's been sexual since he was like 3 or 4 years old and had sexual encounters at that age with older children. So that's when I said, hang it up, flat screen. This is not what we need to have on reality TV. We need to have...
Oh my God.
You need a therapist. Like, you need to address this outside of therapy. Outside of the cameras.
Wow.
And then his poor boyfriend comes in and they talk about the cheating, because he had confessed that he had cheated on him once and then swore that he wasn't going to do it again, which
immediately
was a lie.
did it again.
And the boyfriend was basically like, I knew that he had cheated on me again because when I came in, the way the cameraman had looked at him was basically like, it's cool. Which I'm like, so now you put in these poor people who are just showing up for work.
I could not.
Now they gotta sit and be involved in your nonsense. I say all that to say, I don't know that I'll be back for episode 3 because it's just uncomfortable.
Let us know the deets next week.
No, I'm
You're
good.
keeping us up to date.
I really think I'm good on him in this whole situation, because it's just none of it is the math isn't mathing for me, and I would just rather not.
Oh my God.
I would just rather not.
That is wild.
Like, it was just let's not. I didn't sign up for this. None of us signed up for this, and none of us want to be involved in this in any way. And a bit of Black history, Black privilege, as someone said.
Black privilege?
This is what someone said, which it makes me laugh when you hear about it.
Let's hear it.
In a way, it's not funny, but like, okay. Jonathan Majors has been sentenced to complete a year-long counseling program following his conviction for assault and harassment against his ex-girlfriend. He's not going to serve any jail time. And he also has to do a 52-week in-person batterer intervention program and continue with therapy, and then also pay a $250 surcharge for a protective order for the victim that has been issued. The judge ruled that jail was not necessary for Majors, who has no previous criminal history. If he fails to comply with these terms, he could face jail time. Somebody said that this was Black privilege, and it's not funny, but
Good. Megan Good gets to keep her boyfriend around. This is good.
Thank a Black woman.
This is good.
Thank a Black woman.
Good.
Very good. I really couldn't care less. I don't know. That interview that he did with Good Morning America still haunts me because it was so unnecessary. And I really wish he would have waited until after the dust has settled, how it's going to settle now, and then done an interview personally.
Right.
But I'm sure he'll end up on Club Shay Shay like everybody else.
Something. He going to end up on something. I just don't see how any of this helps him. Also, he's not really the greatest interviewer, so... It's not. I don't know. I don't know. I
Listen,
can't see him getting back to the same heights, but we'll see.
I can only because we have very few black actors with range, and he unfortunately does have range when it comes to acting. And the worst example that I can come up with is Mel Gibson. Like Mel Gibson out here getting awards and shit.
Yeah.
And yes, Mel Gibson is white. I get it. But we are known as a community to overlook our quote unquote monsters. So as long as he doesn't have any more hiccups, honestly, like if he keeps himself out of the media for anything bad for for at least a year, I would say, and shows himself skipping down the road with bunnies and children running behind him screaming, "Jonathan, buy me ice cream." Tyler Perry will give him his first job after the dust has settled.
We'll see.
And then everyone else will come
Tyler can't afford to piss off the aunties, so I don't know.
But are the aunties really pissed though? Because honestly, his victim was not black, so a lot of aunties don't care, which is unfortunate.
We'll see. I know this is so random, but I swore I saw this, so I'll fact check after this. And if it's not factual, I'll just probably cut it right out the episode. But whatever. Ice Spice is about to have her first on camera role in a movie that includes the one and only Denzel Washington. How did this happen? Who asked for this? See, how did it happen?
I'm gonna have to fact check that live right now, because why would they do that to my Denzel Washington? Oh yeah, and of course it would be with Spike Lee.
See, I have to.
Ice Spice set to appear in Spike Lee's High and Low with Denzel Washington. It will mark her acting debut, and she's already begun shooting for the project starring Denzel Washington.
I randomly had that thought because I had seen a TikTok of it was Alexander Wang or something that had a huge inflatable Ice Spice driving around the city. I think this past week or a week and a half ago or something like that. And I was just like, what a strange thing. And then I also, right after that, the next thing was saying that she was going to be in this role with Denzel. And I was just like, wow. What are we doing wrong in life, Joyhdae? What are we doing wrong in life?
We're not dropping songs called Fart Munchin' Deli. And so because of that, we are not being blessed with opportunities.
I don't care what you say. Fart is a vibe. It's a vibe.
I just can't see myself ever going to Spotify and saying,
"Thank you to shit, bitch.
Let me play this song. I need you to play this song called Fart.
You're not even the fart."
Like, that's just wow. Since we're talking about hip hop, the girls are fighting.
Yo, where are you going? Because I think I know where you're going, but go ahead.
But there's two the girls are fighting moments. Okay, let's start with the bigger one. So J. Cole apologized to Kendrick Lamar for releasing his, in my opinion, subpar diss track that no apology was needed for.
I told you they was warming up. That was a warm up. That wasn't necessarily like a diss track last week.
Y'all not getting nothing from. Well, y'all not getting nothing else from Jermaine. He's kindly removed himself from this conversation. Okay, during a set at Dreamville Festival, he talked about the shot that he took at Kendrick, where he said he's averaging one hard verse like every 30 months or something, and he's still doing shows but fell off like The Simpsons. And then he followed that up with, "I damn near had a relapse. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The past 2 days have felt terrible. It let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. He then went on to apologize for his misstep and ask for forgiveness to get back to his true path. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Take your best shot. I'm going to take that shit on the chin. Do what you do." The only reason I'm disappointed is because hip hop has so much great history when it comes to like beef and battles. Right. And I genuinely don't think that anything like this wasn't going to be like some you shoot, I shoot type of thing. I really thought this was going to be like a great battle on wax amongst artists that people have been telling me for years are great.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that we're not going to get that. Allegedly, Aubrey's supposed to drop something this weekend. Allegedly.
We're recording earlier than normal, so we don't really know what's actually going on. Yeah. Like, this
we recorded
weekend.
earlier. So y'all don't blame Ryan for this. We recorded earlier because I'm about to be out in the streets this weekend.
Let them
I'm
know.
I'm not gonna be here.
She about to meet her. She about to meet her man. She don't know
I'm
yet.
I'm about to be out in these streets.
What?
So we had to.
So back to Drake. Back to Drake. Back to
Aubrey. Oh, Jermaine.
Jermaine. Yes. I blame Aubrey for this because when Aubrey came out, he made it okay for dudes to be in tune with their feelings, right? Which led a lot of us to therapy, myself included. Not because of him, but like I'm also in therapy.
Right.
I'm not mad at this. I don't need my peace disturbed. This is too much. Like he realized that he made a mistake and he apologized for it, which you'll never see, by the way. And so, regardless of what people think in these streets, this actually might be a good thing for people to look at an example of a black man apologizing. I don't know.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm
not mad at Jermaine apologizing because listen, if there's one thing I'm about, it's my peace. That's why my block list on TikTok is as long as it is, because I'm about protecting my peace. So I get it. I'm more so apathetic, I guess, because I was really, hip hop has been lacking. And so I was looking forward to something that was going to have a little bit of meat on it and give me something to like talk about.
Right.
In the group chat that would send Vance's blood pressure skyrocketing. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not going to get that now.
I said that last week. Like, I really wanted the music. None of the two of them are ready for what Kendrick got. And I'm sure he literally is just sitting, waiting for whatever is about to happen in order to respond. And so we'll see. We will see. I'm still hopeful that Aubrey responds so that we could get something out of it, but we won't be getting that from Jermaine. So it is what it is. I am disappointed, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna tell you that my prediction is that Aubrey, we're gonna start hearing more and more that Aubrey has something in the clip, and then Jay Prince is gonna magically manifest himself like Bloody Mary and tell us that he told Aubrey not to release it because whatever reason.
It was too disrespectful. It was like gonna ruin the game and all of that. Can't ruin the bag and stuff. Like,
and if that happens, that was a terrible second
Jay Prince.
Time.
Sorry.
I for one enjoyed it. And if Jay Prince does that again for Aubrey, that just lets me know that Aubrey is, for lack of a better word, pussy, and he really doesn't have anything in the arsenal.
Yikes.
Because you really let another grown man tell you for the second time in a row when somebody basically told you that you're not shit, tell you that it's too disrespectful for you to release. That's not hip hop. Jay Prince kills people for fun. That's not hip hop. Okay, so there's then. That.
Yep,
Cash agreed with me just now.
The other girls
are beefing. City girls are beefing.
Heard this too, but you see how you couldn't care less before? I couldn't care less about this one, but let's see what you got. Let's see if you make me care.
Here's the funny thing is, when I tell you I couldn't care less about this, but the week was so dry that like I was forced to care about this. This is why we're talking about it. Cash, go play. So Monday, the City Girls were caught beefing on Twitter, and to be honest, no one knows why, what triggered it, or this is gonna be such a ghetto show.
Yeah, because you're doing a lot. A lot over there.
Cash won't let me chill. He's over here barking and stuff. Like, no one really knows why it's happening or what caused it to happen. So Miami went on Twitter and basically tweeted something that said, "A bitch been sneak dissing me for weeks and I ain't say shit. What a bitch mad at me for?" And then JT wrote on her timeline, "What happens in the dark always comes to the light." Then replied to Miami, "Okay, Miss Mama, this is your last day playing dumb." Then they was just going back and forth, talking about some, JT said she come off crazy, but never in my life did no whack shit to this girl. She literally enjoys seeing me being dragged. When people show me love, she goes crazy and call it a hate train. But like I said, we can sit and talk about it. And then Miami was like, LOL, here we go. And then it was just going back and forth with a whole bunch of bullshit.
JT is the one that can rap better, right?
Yeah, JT's the one that can actually catch the beat.
Cause that's the girl. Okay, so I do care a little.
That's the one that went to jail.
Okay, and then she just did a song with Doechii, one of my next faves, next to Cardi.
Yes, I think so.
That song is a bop. It's a bop.
So they've been going back and forth. Carisha is alleging that Jatavia, which is JT's name, has been slick dissing her for the last couple of days. I haven't said shit back to you. You made 2 whole songs dissing me, and I still wrapped your shit with my chest and showed you love. What's the real problem here? You let the internet put in your head that I'm jealous of you when I'm not. When you know I'm the one that's always pushed us, you have resentments towards me, and that's okay. And then JT was like, you talking about... JT was basically like, oh, you're losing it. If you thought this, why not speak to me about it? You came on here and said LOL so people can ask you why you wasn't defending me. Attention seeking as usual. They kept going back and forth. They called each other a sad case or whatever. JT alleges that with all the puff shit going on, that she was the first person that Miami called, and Young Miami was like, you's a lie. And then, anyway, they did all that to eventually say, I still love you. And then one was like, I love you more, because they had a phone call or whatever, which is what they should have done. Like, if y'all have each other's phone numbers,
please keep it on the AT&T,
keep
T-Mobile.
Verizon in business.
Something.
Why y'all online doing this? Like, why are y'all online doing this? Like, it was so unnecessary. Like, not for y'all to just end up being like, I love you. And I don't want the girlies to break up, because I honestly don't know that they will have successful solo careers.
I mean, if you said the other one could catch a beat, and if she can twerk like Miami, I think she'll be all right. I think she'll be okay.
I mean, she has to start. The only reason I say stay together as a group, this is really what I wish groups would do. Stay together as a group, because that's where you make your most money and you book the bigger shows. But within your discography, within your projects, each of you get a couple of solo songs that you can then perform in front of a live audience.
Speaker Box and The Love Below. Outkast did a whole double album where they weren't like, there was one was Big Boy, one was Andre.
Perfect. You know what I mean? Like, perfect. And this way you don't have to start back from the beginning, right? Because even though you're a part of a big group, you have to basically now start over, because together is what made y'all dynamic. Individually, y'all are just like everybody else.
Right.
And there's a lot of y'all.
And you kind of split your fans a little bit. So
exactly. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense. Now that you mentioned Doechii, I wasn't going to talk about this, but your girl has beef with everyone's favorite bop, Azealia Banks.
This last week, you said how you couldn't care lesser. That's me this week. Because that girl, we done talked about this girl so many times on this show. Like, I don't care about this girl.
So, apparently Doechii was on her social media and decided that she was going to ask her fans, like, what should they call themselves? Like, what should the fandom be called? Mm-hmm. And for some reason, Azealia decided to respond and said that her fans should call themselves the Wannabes. Doechii then responded, the first time you came for me, I let it slide out of respect for my elders. Rude. It's not my fault.
I love her even more now. Oh, this is great.
Rude. It's not my fault you selling Bussy soap and I'm selling platinum records. Please leave me alone.
Let's go.
If you don't know, Azealia Banks is selling soap called Bussy Boy Soap.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
And apparently they were supposed to collab on a song before. Like, Doechii had reached out to Azealia about collabing on a song. Then Azealia went online and, like, did what Azealia does. I just want Azealia to put as much energy into her non-career as she does into everybody else's business.
Yeah. She's really pissed that Doechii is basically the new version of what she was supposed to be and doing it a lot better. And
that's what she says too. So she basically says that Doechii is an ugly version of her.
An ugly version?
I've seen
version?
Doechii, and Doechii is, as far as I'm concerned, a very beautiful girl.
She really is, though. I don't get it.
I'm just,
I can't.
You know,
can't with the black on black violence. Can't do it.
I just, you know, I just, you know.
But
she
yeah.
says that basically TD, she did this on like live because she likes to go live really quickly. That TDE and Kendrick Lamar found an early version of her to go against her because she didn't apologize to Kendrick in the past. They find this kind of ugly version of, well, she's not even a version, she's ugly. And I hate to call a dark-skinned girl ugly because she just is ugly. She'd be ugly if she were light-skinned. They find this ugly girl and they try to sick her on Azealia Banks.
What?
Excuse me. I had to sneeze the bullshit away. I just...
Yo, people really be living in their delusions, like, completely.
She continues. Doechii girl, first off, I don't really think anyone thinks your music is impressive. So that means you need to go back and you need to discover who you are as an artist.
Wait, she said this to Doechii?
Yeah, she was, I don't know if she tweeted this, I guess, or she was speaking about this or whatever.
We talking about this. We talking about the same Doechii with the hit records. We talking about that one.
We talking about the Doechii whose her last record I think went platinum. That Doechii.
Gotcha.
That Doechii.
Yeah,
that Doechii. That's the Doechii we're talking about. According to Azealia Banks, nobody's checking for her.
Wow.
I don't know why everybody associates that sound with me because I don't have any songs. I don't have a single song that has that synth on it, to it. She widened her scope. TDE is going out fucking sad, slamming Isaiah Rashad for sucking dick and SZA for being boring before returning to Doechii. You got this Doechii chick, like, who I have no fucking clue who she is. She's been having this months-long dialogue with some fake Azealia Banks account and I guess thinks that I owe her some sort of collab. Honey, no.
We done?
I think I've told my history with Azealia.
Yes.
And it's sad because she is a talented girl.
I thought she was. When 212 came out, I thought she was very talented until
I was hyped.
I've had personal disagreements with this girl, and so it's not happening anymore.
She's a mess.
No,
and I need her to go back to the drawing board because honestly, no one cares. And it's like she has everything to say about everybody else and their careers and where they're going. Sweetheart, help yourself first. When are you dropping something that people are going to listen to? You always telling people what they need to be doing better. This is the pot calling the kettle black. This is you looking in the mirror and talking to yourself because you have done nothing that has been impressive since 212. Like, let's be fucking for real for a moment. You were not as talented as you think you are if you're unable to continue on with music. That is what we know you for. That is what we want from you. We don't want bussy soap. We don't want your asinine takes unless it's regarding Elon Musk. You can talk about him all day. All day. Diss him all day. But all this other stuff, unnecessary. Get back to the drawing board, boo, because you're missing the plot. You have lost the plot to your own story.
Oh, my God. Did you hear it? This is completely sidebar. What Trump said he's going to do when he gets back to office?
Well, no, what?
How he's going to wash the dishes vigorously?
No.
It's going to be rough on China. Gotta be rough on China.
Right.
I had to get out of that Azealia moment because, like, I was over it.
Also, speaking of Trump, he was just in Atlanta at an ATL Chick-Fil-A, and I need y'all to stand up. I need y'all to stand up because y'all was smiling so hard in that white man's face.
Why is that surprising, though?
It's not surprising, but it was just the way, like, because now they're using this one image to tell us that black people are voting for Trump. You know what I mean? Which it was just sad to see because we will literally fall for everything.
Chick-fil-A is a propaganda machine. I don't care what nobody says.
I get it. No, you're right about that.
So, you know, did you see how Shake Shack is coming for Chick-fil-A? Giving away free chicken sandwiches on Sundays.
I'm gonna save my Shake Shack slander for another day, but I'm not mad at it.
I love when the businesses get real spicy. Oh,
me too.
I didn't even mean that. I didn't even mean that. My bad.
Aoki Simmons broke up with her boyfriend.
Boom. She heard you. She heard Auntie talking to her.
Thank God, because I just could not have this. I have never seen a relationship go public so fast and end so fast.
Listen,
my life. Like,
Kimora was like, don't let Joyhdae be all up in my eardrums. Like, it's not gonna happen today. No, get over it. Get over it. It's finished.
I called Kimora right up and I said, what is my baby doing? Because Auntie don't play that. I cannot. This is
Just
not
like
acceptable.
just like homie.
And then,
That's how old we are. That's how old I am.
yo,
Homie don't play
homie,
that.
don't play that. Yo, and Living Color was such an iconic show. And they really, if they keep rebooting stuff, they need to
Mm-hmm.
reboot In Living Color.
How?
Because In Living Color was so much better
They gonna do it with a whole bunch
than
of
Saturday Night Live.
influences from TikTok, and I can't do that. Like,
Okay,
where they
no,
do
I
that? Where they
mean,
do
like,
that at?
I want it rebooted with like actual legitimate comedians who are not afraid to rock the boat, and not the ones who are racist and think that that's rocking the boat, because there's a
Mm-hmm.
difference.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not gonna do it. But like, shout out to the Wayans, because we need that back.
Word.
Like, anyway, yeah, we get distracted so
Easily.
Yeah, so that's over with. Aoki's comments are off on her Instagram. So
Soon it'll be deactivated.
soon it'll be deactivated, right?
Yeah.
Somebody reached out, I don't know if it was TMZ, but asked Russell about this, and he basically said like he really doesn't have anything to say, which I thought was weird. If your daughter's dating someone who's older than you,
Right.
I feel like you should have something to say about that, regardless if you are a monster predator or not. I feel like you should want better for your child.
They waited for him to say something so that you could say something back in return. That's why he probably didn't say anything. So
okay. Well, it's creepy that you let your child
it
date
is. It is.
a man old enough to be you.
Right.
Like, that's gross.
Very.
Moving on, in sad news, we lost Mr. C, iconic hip hop DJ. And the only reason I'm bringing him up now is because I need to say that the hip hop community owes Mr. C an apology, because when he was out here doing what he was doing with trans prostitutes, everybody had something to say about poor Mr. C and tried to blackball him.
Facts.
Because ignorance. But he died suddenly. He was only 57, which I think is quite young.
Yeah. Did you hear anything about the reasoning? Because I just heard that he passed.
I just heard that he passed. No one has said anything. Apparently, he may have been on the air as recent as the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And then passed the next day. So based on the timing, I'm going to say maybe it was like a heart attack or something along. So one of those very quick sneaker, sneaks in and takes you type of thing.
I'm not going to speculate, but definitely.
I'm not going to speculate, but I mean, I guess I did speculate, but rest in peace.
Yeah.
But the only reason I say that is just because, from what I understand, he had been on Quiet Storm like the night before, and then he passed the next day. So
gotcha.
Until we get further information, that's just what I would assume, but I have absolutely no clue.
Speaking about Quiet Storm, I definitely thought when my voice changed, I was going to have the Quiet Storm voice. It's not hitting on nothing. it's not doing it. It's not doing it.
Hold you. I thought growing up that I was going to have the speaking voice of Free from 106 & Park.
I can't even remember what it sounded like. I can't remember. Oh, man.
Free's voice was everything to me. And so growing up, like, you could not tell me that I was not going to sound like Free. And I don't. I don't even sound remotely.
You have a radio voice. I think you do. You have just the right amount of bass, just the right amount of high pitch. Like, it's great.
Thank you.
It's great.
But Free's radio voice was sexy. Mine's is the annoying sister / cousin that just be popping up like, why you always in somebody business? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want that. I want the Free, like,
not Free.
Like when men listen, they'll be like, they got a sexy voice.
25 cents. You got the 25 cents. She's free.
I see what you did there. Shout out to you, bigging me up. Bigging me up.
There it is. I was gonna say 50, but then that was another thing. But
and we don't want.
Yeah.
First of all, Curtis is still obsessed with Puffy, and I really do need him to get a job, because I just don't. I've never seen somebody so obsessed with another man who claims to be heterosexual.
Man,
did he want to be invited to Puffy's parties? I'm trying to understand where this is all coming from.
I don't know,
because it's just a lot. Since we talk about death, O.J. Simpson died.
Oh man, this is
today.
This is morbid. This is morbid.
And it's about to get even more morbid.
What's going on?
But he died of cancer. I didn't even know OJ had cancer.
I mean, only OJ I know is orange juice. So,
Orenthal, which is that is such a black name. Orenthal died of cancer. He was apparently at hospice for a while now, and he died of prostate cancer, which is taking black men. Honestly, every time there's a black man that dies, it's prostate cancer.
I told y'all, go to the doctor. I'm just saying, we don't go to the doctor, and then by the time you get there, it's way too late. Like, you should have caught it in the beginning, but Rest in
And
peace to that man too.
rest in peace to him. He still owed over $100 million to Ron Goldman's family from the civil trial that they did, where he was found liable in that man's death. I don't know how that works, but whew,
Couldn't tell you.
me either. I have no clue. So I don't want to come off because I've been battling racist all week, separate of like just in life, and I'm a little tired, and I don't want to come off as anti anything, but when Jesus or whomever you believe in, when God, the universe, was handing out common sense and sensibility, I really think most white people stepped out of the line and got just more audacity.
Oh my
Like
God.
that's what they stood in line for.
Oh my God.
And the reason I say this is recently across social media, I have been seeing stories of white people moving to Mexico, to areas in Mexico.
Yep.
And disrupting the lifestyle of many people who are local natives to Mexico because they're saying that it's disrupting their quality of life.
Oh my
For
God.
example, I guess there's a common tradition or common thing that happens on beaches where like local mariachis walk around just playing their music on the beach for tourists.
What they call them, the bandos?
Bandos, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Walk around playing music to the delight of tourists who go to go to Mexico, who go for this type of experience.
Right.
But people who have now moved there, who are mostly white, have been complaining. And now, in order to appease them, some governments have started banning bandos from playing along the beaches.
The audacity of caucasity.
Another thing that I saw was a woman purchased a home, an apartment near a restaurant, and part of the restaurant, like they have
this part. Oh God.
playing, and she was on the phone with the policia, calling them to complain about how this restaurant is disrupting her quality of life due to the music playing and like the loudness. The restaurant has been in the community for like 30 plus years.
30 plus years, yes.
You moved there. So if you moved there sight unseen and your realtor didn't tell you that you were moving next to a restaurant that has been there long before you got there, that you take that up with your realtor.
Also, I don't think she moved there no sight unseen. She moved there with audacity. That's what she did, I think.
Again, stepped out of that line to pick up audacity.
Crazy.
It's like y'all can't help but colonize.
It's wild, crazy. There's so many things I want to say. So if you want to fix something where you live. Don't go someplace else and try to fix something that wasn't even broken. Like, you couldn't fix stuff where you lived, and that's the reason why you want to go someplace else and assert yourself. But like, where they do that at, that's not what we're doing over here. And then it's like, what's my point? Like, what is my point? It's late. I should take a nap. But yeah, that type of stuff is really annoying. Oh yeah, the point. Here we go. There's the point. It came just like that. The big 4-0 is coming soon.
It's coming.
It's not here yet, but it's coming soon.
I get you.
How you gonna tell people in your neck of the woods that you also stole to go back to where they came from? Mm-hmm. And now you are where they came from, and now you telling them to get out of where they came from. Like, this makes absolutely no sense.
At this point, Mexico needs to build a wall.
Keep us out.
Okay, Mexico needs to build a wall. Okay,
give me a pass because I stay in Mexico. I'm just saying.
I mean, no, they should build a wall because it's not us that's going down there colonizing and disrupting people's way of life.
I give nice tips and everything.
So the way that these people look at Mexicans or Latin, Spanish people, right, because everybody looks the same to them, is the same way Mexico needs to treat them. Y'all not welcome here. No, y'all not welcome here. Because let me tell you something. Everybody that has, it's like the restaurant, I mean, people have protested outside that lady's house that lives next to the restaurant. Like, they was out there just handing out free tacos and stuff like that. They are better than me because I promise you, I would be at her door every day with my microphone singing, and I'm dreaming of you tonight, every day.
Yo,
every day.
There's a dude that is in my neighborhood that comes around like every, I would say Saturday morning, he'd be selling
Mhm.
tamales, and he'd be yelling, "Tamale, tamales, tamales," like that. I'm gonna
Listen,
send him right
just
there,
send him right there
send him right there.
because here's the thing: is y'all are not native to this place,
Nah,
and people did not move in and disrupt your way of life
yeah,
because you are native to this place.
yeah.
You're moving there has disrupted the way of life for many of people, displaced many of people because you're driving up the cost of living for them
Listen,
moving down there.
listen.
And now people are trying to make a living doing things that they enjoy. And you're so miserable with your life that you cannot accept that. And just because it's not like these people are playing all day,
Yeah,
right? It's not like these people it's not like it's 24/7,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's not like they don't take breaks. You're just miserable.
Miserable.
And we got to start treating, I mean, listen, I'm over it.
Speaking
I'm
of
over it. I'm
speaking
tired
of
of them.
which, people used to sit on stoops in Brooklyn and blast music in the streets. You should get the
No more.
cars rolling down the streets with the systems in the trunk and all that. This is
No
what
more.
Brooklyn was. Brooklyn was fun and
That was
exciting.
Harlem.
What is happening now? Like, I blame these same people. They finished over here and then they went to Mexico to do the same thing.
No, you're
It's
right.
trash.
Harlem, I mean, Harlem to a degree is still like that because people in Harlem really are not
Mm.
all here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of Brooklyn, Skabookie is out. Do you know who Skabookie is? Skabookie was the man that was punching the random white women in the face in Manhattan,
Oh, the one you told me
but
about a
he's from
couple
Brooklyn.
weeks ago.
Yes, he's out.
Good for him.
No, Skabookie needs to be in.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
he
mean,
don't
I
need to be
was
out.
it's
And the
just like,
reason,
okay.
but the reason Skabookie needs to be in is because Skabookie will literally pull up next to people and be like, "It's me, Skabookie." Like
Hmm.
people supposed to know who he
Oh,
is,
I'm doing
sight
that. Yo,
unseen.
Joyhdae, I'm making t-shirts. I'm this whole summer. It's me, Ryan.
Like
That's
Skabookie
great.
will dead ass just roll up on people. Like
That is
people be
great.
in. Like he rolled up onto like a male woman who was talking to like someone on the street, and he was
Mm.
just like, "It's me, Skabookie." And I like
Oh,
watched 3 videos, but that's literally all he does. Like he'll run up on him and be like, "It's me, Skabookie."
it's happening
Um,
today. It's happening.
he needs to be back in jail. Jasmine, I was talking to Jasmine yesterday on TikTok, and she re-traumatized herself because there was a couple years ago, or maybe it was last year. There was the guy who like threw feces at the woman and like smeared it on
Oh,
the
oh my
poles
God.
in the
Oh my
train
God.
station.
Oh my God.
That
No thanks.
traumatized Jasmine so much that she has not been on MTA since. But then yesterday we was talking about Skabookie and it reminded her of that particular person, and so she had to go look him up, and apparently he's out too.
Mm.
But
Hmm.
he's not spreading his feces nowhere. I'm assuming
It's
he not, at least he's not throwing it at people right now.
it's terrible. We've made New York such an inhabitable place. There's so much mental health deficiency going on in New York. So these are not the only two people. Like
No.
there's loads of them out there, and they'll
Oh,
continue. And I blame
and
the
they're getting.
audacity of Cassidy. That's what it is. I blame that. That's what I
Oh, I
blame.
thought we was gonna say Eric Adams because I was gonna be like, correct. But you're right. You're right. It's not
Any
him.
chance you get, any
It's not.
chance you get.
It's not. My mother was so upset at me for saying that he was the cause of the earthquake. She called me and was like, "You can't be saying that there pan the internet." And I
Boy,
was like,
first off,
"Nobody's coming to get me."
why is she watching this show? Hi,
No, she
but
saw it on.
why?
No, she doesn't watch it. She's not watching the show. She saw me make a post on Facebook,
Oh,
and
oh,
I
oh,
blamed her.
it's got to be
I
Facebook
refuse.
because, like, I was like,
She
how did
don't.
she get
No,
on the
no.
TikTok?
The only thing she knows how to watch on YouTube is pimple popping videos
Oh no,
and something else she told me
oh
she
no,
likes.
mm-mm,
Yeah, that's all she does. She's obsessed.
mm-mm,
Obsessed. It's like
mm-mm.
almost borderline gross. Like I'm like, why are you so involved in this?
You know what I'm
It's gross.
obsessed with? There's a dude that is from Antigua questioning a whole bunch of people in Antigua about a whole bunch of random things for the talk. Y'all are ridiculous. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, y'all are ridiculous.
Yeah, we are. That's why I made it
Anyway,
out.
oh
I made
man,
it out.
too funny.
Speaking of this is a sad story.
No, well, how
But
many
speaking of
sad stories
psychosis.
today? What's going on? Like
No, but this
people
one,
come here, we starting people's Mondays off right. Not today though.
no, we're not. Because Ryan and I, listen, they're gonna feel what we feeling, okay? And right
What
now,
happened?
neither
What
one of us
happened?
is. So this is a story because so the solar eclipse happened on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If I had to rate the solar eclipse, I'd give it 2.3 out of
Yes.
5 out of 10 stars.
This
Very
lady gave
underwhelming.
birth. This lady gave birth during the solar eclipse and named the baby Soul. Amazing. That's amazing. I
I would have
love
named
that.
it Luna. I would have named it Luna, but
How
cool.
I mean, but it wasn't nighttime though. So I mean, I get it. It's because of the moon,
I would
but
have
like,
I would have
eh,
named it. But Soul is a dope name, like for the solar eclipse. There's a dope name.
dope. SOL.
Um, but
Shit out of luck. Okay, well, maybe not. SOL is probably not a good idea. Anyway, all
see,
right, cool.
you
Luna,
see,
Luna, Luna.
he's
I see.
just
I pick up what you're putting down. All right, all right, all right.
I
Tangent
can't.
finish. Tangent. Tangent finish.
First of all, the amount of people I posted a picture on Instagram, and the amount of people that thought I was looking up at the solar eclipse with a taco with a
Yo, he really. I was like, what are you looking at it with? I didn't get a chance to ask you. This is a perfect timing. What were you doing today?
it was a plate, and it was hilarious because your sister was like, I thought that was a taco, and then my other friend Monet was like, girl, me too.
But
And I'm like, all
I
of
don't get
y'all,
it.
it
You
was a
were
plate.
looking. Why were you looking at
I
it through
wasn't
a
really
plate?
looking at it. It was like it was a semi-staged photo because people at my job were making trying to do like DIY ways to look up at it.
So what
And we
she's
didn't have like
what she's saying
we
is
didn't
she
have
did not look
aluminum
at
foils.
the eclipse. She just did it for the gram. That's
No,
what
I
she
did look
said
at
to
the
you.
eclipse
That's
because
what she said.
we
That's what I
had to share
heard.
glasses. We had to share like one person who was prepared and brought glasses in. We had to share his glasses. But I did look up at the sun like Donald Trump. I don't know why. A few times, and I was like, I'm definitely about to burn my retina. But so far, so good. It's been 24, 48 hours and
How would
no
you know
side
though?
effects.
How would you know though?
Because they said I looked it up afterwards, like the
How,
true Virgo that I am, and they said typically people start to see the effects of looking up, like if they burnt their retina at max 12 hours after the fact. Like you would
but
wake up the next day, you may see dark spots and things like that, and I'm fine. I didn't have no headaches, nothing.
but you can't see though. So how would you know the difference?
That's why I said I'm good. That's the reason I looked too. I'm not even gonna hold you. When everybody at my job was like, "You shouldn't do this," I was like, "I'm already blind. What's the worst that could happen?" I promise you, that's what I said to people. The few times I did look up and they was like, you shouldn't. I was like,
Mm-mm.
ain't gonna be
Yes.
no different.
So I, like the procrastinator that I have become somehow, was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the library when I get a chance to get it. And then it came down to the day, got to the library. Library said, don't you walk your ass in this place. We don't have none. We don't have none. And I said, you can't tell me what to do. I walked straight in. As I was walking in, I kid you not, Joyhdae, on the glass door, on the floor, on the wall, on the second glass door, going in, there's like literally where the librarian is sitting, there was
Mhm.
no less than 16 things saying the exact same thing. We not have it. We not have none. I
No
was
tango.
no
No
tango.
tango.
Yeah, and so I really didn't see it. Really, I used my phone and I put it up, and it was just like, but one, it's not dark outside; it's still bright. Anticlimactic. And then, looking through my phone, I didn't see anything really, but my coworker saw something, and then I got him to send me the video, and I said, "Thank you, pretending tomorrow." But,
You still never. You
but
never posted it
I didn't.
because
I
I
will.
didn't
I
see
will though.
nothing.
I will. I will post it, and y'all will know that it's pretend. But it was like people were talking about how overwhelmed they were and all that. I was whelmed. It was a little eerie looking outside, and that was it. That was
I
it.
wasn't whelmed. It felt like a cloudy day. It looked like it looked right now outside with the rain. Like I was not whelmed at all. I wanted total darkness. I got so upset when I saw somebody who posted like their version of the eclipse and they got total darkness.
Nah, they
I didn't
lying.
get
Just
total
like
dark.
me, about to lie.
It was recorded. No, it was like she was recording herself. She
Yeah,
went
and mine is
viral on
recorded
like
too.
TikTok.
No worries. I
In
know how
other
to edit.
places,
I know how to
that's
edit.
not like New. No, this woman. When I tell you this woman, you could tell she does not have the capacity to edit her shit, Ryan. Um,
Yo, I
because they
remember. Was it me or was it you? Do you? I don't know. You're around my age. I feel like when we were younger,
go ahead.
I,
Mhm.
I feel like when we were younger, we went through a solar eclipse where it did get dark. No, a total solar eclipse.
Ryan, I don't remember what I had for lunch on Tuesday. You asking me about a solar
Huh.
eclipse?
Y'all listeners that's around my age, Remind me, because like I feel like I remember it being young and being in school or something like that, and this was like a big event, and it got dark for a little bit, and then it got light again. I think that's what I remembered.
I don't recall. I just know that if I had paid for the solar eclipse, I would have asked for a refund.
That's right. That's right.
Like I would have asked, and not even a partial refund. I want a full refund because y'all could have kept that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
y'all could, because they were like, New York's gonna be, and I was ready. Like I saw it got like it got a little darker, early,
Hmm.
and I'm like, cool. Like this is just the prelude
Yeah.
to,
And
like what we about to
and it
happen,
never happened.
and it never happened. People telling me, well, if you're gonna go home now, because it's gonna be. So like in my mind, I'm like, oh, we about to get some action. There was no action.
Everybody was like, "Yo, y'all sending the kids to school? What's going on?" I said, "Is there something happening that we shouldn't? Is
Like
there something
it's
that I don't know? Like, I don't get it. Like,
which that is a good segue into what I'm going to talk about, because
is it?"
there was a lot of people who days leading up to the eclipse were, for lack of a better word, going crazy. And one of those women ended up killing her boyfriend
Oh
and
man,
one of her children on Monday because she called the eclipse the epitome of spiritual warfare.
is this the
Um,
astrologer lady that was on
yeah,
TikTok?
which
Oh man,
she was on Twitter, which funny enough, like when she first started, I followed her. And then she got a little weird on me. And then I was like, can't follow you
oh
anymore.
man,
And because she seemed normal, like like when people talk about astrology or just like the zodiacs in normal people terms, and they don't be hitting me with terminology I don't know and I gotta go look it up.
right, right.
So she had posted, this eclipse is the epitome of spiritual warfare. Get your protection on and your heart in the right place. The world is very obviously changing right now. And if you ever needed to pick a side, the time to do right in your life is now. Stay strong. You got this. Um, and like the day before the eclipse, I think she like posted something in all caps where she was just going nuts, which I saw a lot of people online. Like one woman was crying, holding her Bible, saying like, "This is the beginning of the end, and the Lord is coming to take us, and this is what." Um,
Yeah, the conspiracy theory
so
said the earthquake was the prelude and
right,
all
and
of
like
that.
this was this was the Bible coming to life. So according to authorities, she's suspected of fatally stabbing her 29-year-old boyfriend Jalen inside the couple's Woodland home. Her 9-year-old daughter witnessed that she stabbed him in the chest. Then she got into her car with her two young daughters, where she started to slow the moving vehicle, opened the passenger door, and then told her daughter to get out of the car. And when the daughter didn't do that, she then forcibly pushed her out of the vehicle in the middle of the freeway while
Oh
moving,
my god.
while the 9-year-old was holding the 8-month-old baby.
Oh my god.
The infant fell to the pavement and was fatally struck by a passing vehicle.
Oh my god,
Good
Jade.
Samaritans found the children on the freeway and called 911. So her 9-year-old is currently still alive.
Oh my
Um,
god.
After
Jade.
she forced the children out of the car, she headed south on Redondo Beach, California, where she reached speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. She then slammed the SUV into a tree on the corner of an intersection, where she died at the scene.
Oh
Um,
my god.
Now she was into tarot, like she was into a whole lot of stuff. The reason I'm talking about this, outside of it being completely sad, is that there needs to be a larger conversation that needs to be had about these
Wow.
astrology girls and like the Christians as well. There's a psychosis going on with a lot of people that has not been addressed, and I think a lot of it has been exacerbated by the pandemic and people just having way too much time to themselves. Um, because I've seen something like this with her, where this obviously ended in tragedy. Again, the woman who was on the internet crying, and I mean, she was screaming, crying, holding her Bible, talking about the end is near. Um, and I don't know, we just need to talk about it because I feel like there's a lot going on in people's minds that we're brushing aside.
Mm.
Um, and we are co-signing this in a way. And I don't know what to do myself personally. Now I sound like Charlemagne who talked about DEI. And I'm like, I personally don't know what to do. But I just feel like it's not talked about out loud enough, that how
Yeah.
we are always searching for answers and how that answers leads us in some sort of psychosis that ends up being more detrimental than it is helpful
Yeah.
to us
Yeah.
for a lot of people. Because even to this woman, another woman online who, I guess this woman stole her content many moons ago, is basically like rejoicing in the fact that this happened, because she
Oh
claims
my.
that she's been telling
All right.
people
All right.
that this woman is a fraud. and also now she's saying, well, she's autistic, the woman who is rejoicing, and so she's not catching up on social cues or whatever. Excuse me. There's a lot happening right now.
It really is.
And
I didn't know we were going in this direction. I mean, this is morbid. That's what we should name this damn episode. Jesus, Joyhdae.
And that's the name of the episode.
Jesus.
Joyhdae's Morbid Adventure.
Oh my God. It's I want to just swap it for a little bit. Rest in peace to all of these
rest in
people.
peace to the baby. Rest in peace to her ex-boyfriend. Rest in peace to her. I wish she would have gotten the help that she needed.
And the 9-year-old, my God.
And the 9-year-old who now has to pick up her pieces of her life at such a tender age.
Oh my God.
I really said this to also say, please talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Because some friends are a little bit more out there than others, and we kind of brush it off as that just being their personalities. Some of us need to really start talking to our friends and bring them back into reality with us.
Right.
That's all.
All right. Just got to switch it up a little bit. What's it called when a meteorologist wants to be famous?
A rising star?
Cloud chaser. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I thought
that was a good one.
I thought it was okay for going after the solar eclipse and the earthquake and stuff. Sure.
Not me saying a rising star. I just contributed to somebody else's psychosis.
What's it called when a little person has questions?
I've heard this one, and I remember knowing the answer, but it escapes me right now.
Small wonders.
That's what it was.
Oh man, do you have anything this week, Joyhdae?
I don't have any jokes this week.
Yikes.
I did, but I didn't practice it, and so my delivery would be off per usual. But I like when my delivery is off even after I've practiced. You know what I mean? Like it makes it funnier.
All right. Well then, here we go. What's it called when the strawberry gets run over while crossing the street?
I don't know.
Traffic jam.
The crazy thing is, why was I thinking so hard about that one?
All right. Good and terrible. I guess Virgo Season Show at gmail.com is the email address.
I like how you be ready to just nip the shit in the bud. Like, okay,
because
I'm done.
If y'all find this half as annoying as I, then y'all ready to go too. So, Virgo Season Show at gmail.com is the email address. Send us real good jokes. Well, you could send that as DMs to Black Ryan, that's me, and the one named Bandit over there at Joyhdae.
I'm trying to get my Beyonce, Madonna, One Name Wonder thing happening. Or if you just want to send it to us in general, because really Ryan is trying to tell y'all to send them to him because he don't like when I get the jokes.
I'll land them.
And he don't like when y'all send them to me. So he really wants y'all to send them to him. So that's why he didn't really say what my @ name was. Like he just said the one name Bandit over there.
I did say it. I did. But
okay. Never mind.
You see?
I retract my statement. My statement.
At Joyhdae.
But if you want to send, if you want to just talk to us.
Yeah, word.
You just want to, tell us you love us, hate us, or indifferent. You can hit us up on socials at Virgo Season Show. That's on TikTok, that's on Instagram, and that's on YouTube. Ryan has been working really hard on our YouTube shorts, and they have been going off recently.
Some of them, yeah. Word. We're having a nice little tick over there. So if you haven't joined us on YouTube yet, this is now the perfect time to do it. Don't y'all want to see our lovely faces? What I have on, whether my wig is wigging or not. My lips may be chapped sometimes. Last time, my lips was very chapped. All right. We done?
I'm just ranting. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I was just in my head for a moment. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say last week I had groomed real nice for y'all for the episode and stuff. And when I was done, my daughter was like, "Oh, Daddy, did you get your hair cut?" I said, "No. Got them all cut." Bye.
See, if you don't know what he looked like, you gotta come watch it to see why that joke landed. We'll talk to you later.
There it is.
Virgo season!